Amber and Stephen.
We are going to start with the anthem of Cyprus. I have a little bit of a cold, so I'll have to. So, are you ready? This is the flag of Cyprus.
Oh.
It's white. It's got kind of like, I don't know, a little state, and it's got some leaves underneath it. This is the words to it.
Oh, that's pretty.
Got a shadow. Okay, those are the words to the song. Today we're here to talk about Cyprus. We are going to point out public speaking in the past and present today, the education, and a little bit of history for you guys, just so you know about it. I didn't know anything about it. This is the geography and the government, and just some extra things, how big it is. And in the country, children go to school there. They go from 7:30 in the morning to 1:30 in the afternoon. Everybody goes home for lunch, and then they take a siesta. Boys go to school until they're 13, and girls go till they're 14. The first school was built in 1918, and it started out as 7th through 10th grade. Each year they added one as the students moved up until they got to the 12th grade. The first graduation had 16 people graduate. There is an English school there. The teacher's name is Mr. Newham. He was there from 1900 to 1936. He moved there to build it, to do English and public speaking. He wanted them to learn. But in Cyprus, free education has to be in Greek. If you want to learn English, you have to pay for it. Cyprus was divided into two sections in 1974. The south is Greek and the north is Turkey. So Greek doesn't kind of say that Cyprus is theirs and Turkey doesn't. They kind of fight. They don't want nothing to do with it. There is an amphitheater that is really old in Cyprus where public speaking is done. The Romans used to speak there. They would stand up, and when the king would speak, nobody would talk, and whatever the king said was law. This is the amphitheater. It was only 400 seats originally, but now it's 1,500. They have built onto the side of it. This is a map of where Cyprus is, so you guys can get an idea of kind of where it sits between Turkey and Greece. To speak in Cyprus, you must have a certificate, an education, or some kind of diploma. You're not allowed to do English and public speaking unless you have taken the courses. There are a few places there that you can learn to speak English and do your public speaking. This is one of the places that teaches it. Otherwise, you get Greek. If you want to learn both ways, you have to pay and go to a class. There's a lot of tourists, and a lot of people go there. They go there to see the ruins, the Roman ruins, and where the king spoke. This is a picture and some information about one of the queens, and she was one of the first women to become a king when her husband died, and she would do the public speaking, and a lot of people frowned on that. You know, women just in that kind of day were not looked at, you know, like they were worth much. They were just the person who buried the children. Public speaking was pretty big for the Romans and the Greeks. You know, and it was men, it was powerful. And a lot of the statues were made of some of the speakers, and I wanted to get pictures of them, and when I pulled them up, they're all beheaded. I tried to figure out why. You know, I went through the internet, I went to the library, I got one book on Cyprus out of 3 libraries. It just doesn't exist. So I'm still going to search and see if I can find out what happened to their heads. We won't even try to guess who was mad at something, or I don't know what happened. There was also public bathing. And they would have entertainment while they public bathed. People would speak and sing and do all kinds of things. And these pictures, this is of the piping. The Romans were very smart people. They piped their public bathing with pipes. This is a picture of the house where they bathed out in public, and the people would stand out here and entertain them while they were bathing. This is a bathtub. There you go. If anybody wants copies of these, they can have them. This shows some of the left of the Roman where they spoke, the chapels and everything that are left. And what they have found is kind of just some information for you guys, what they have found left of them. Now I'm going to turn this over to Stephen, which is going to do the present day public speaking. You get your paper?
All right, this is the current president right now, Demetrius Christofias. I believe that's how it's pronounced. He was born on August 29th, 1946. He was elected in February 8, 2008. He had a 57% vote, and there was 2 other guys, or 3. That's the presidential palace. That's where he lives at. There used to be a couple different, there used to be like a government palace before and everything, and basically that's just the presidential place now.
Και την οποία πρέπει να κρατήσουμε
And this is him talking in one of the government public
και είμαι
speeches.
υπερήφανος για την καταγωγή μου και την ταυτότητα. Αλλά σέβομαι απόλυτα το δικαίωμα του κυρίου Ταλάτη να είναι διαφορετικός και να είναι
He does
υπερήφανος για
read
την
from
δική
his
του
text a
καταγωγή.
lot, but he does give some eye contact.
Ως πολιτικός και ειδικά ως πρόεδρος της Κυπριακής Δημοκρατίας σκέφτομαι ποιο είναι το καλό για ολόκληρη τη Κύπρο. Ως Κύπριος που θέλει να υπηρετήσει όλους τους Κυπρίους και να δημιουργήσει συνθήκες για την επιβίωση μιας αδιέρετης Κύπρου που είναι η κοινή μας πατρίδα. Όλοι οι Κύπροι έχουμε υποφέρει.
He even looks
Όλοι
around the room and looks
είμαστε
into the
θύματα
back
της
for the people who
τραγωδίας
are behind him.
ή των τραγωδιών που έπληξαν τη χώρα μας. Όλοι έχουμε ανάγκη να υποφεληθούμε επιτέλους από την αποκατάσταση της ειρήνης, των δικαιωμάτων και ελευθεριών που στερούμαστε για δεκαετίες. Κύριε Πρόεδρε,
He's pretty calm. He didn't look very nervous, and he did have a lot of reading from the text, and he'd say a long word, kind of, and then look down, and so. And then, right now, they have the European University of Cyprus, and they offer a Communication 101 class there, and basically what the course is they want you to be able to identify human communication and really understand what people are really talking about, and be able to watch a group interact and really take in what they're talking about. And you have to be able to influence others with speeches that you make. you have to identify types and characteristics of interviews, like group interviews, panel interviews, things like that. You have to know all about those, and you have to be able to structure and develop speeches that influence a lot of people, and really have them gain what you're saying. So that's kind of what's going on at that college. So, and that's the end of the PowerPoint.
Okay, today we showed you that the public speaking in the present, public speaking in the past, some education, and also some history. I got some of the information from the internet. I didn't have much choice. I also got it from opposite win in Cyprus could be blow to peace talks. It was in the business news, and I got it from Cyprus president, which addresses the conference on there. Turkish actor also apologizes to Cyprus. He got into trouble, and I read about it. And I went to 3 libraries and a whole bunch of places, and I found one book. So if anybody wants to look at it, it has a lot of interesting things in it. That's the end of our speech.